Welcome to today's tutorial. Today we will be looking at creating or modeling axes in Prota structure. As you know, the intersection of axes forms a node, and it is on this node that we insert our structural elements. There are three basic ways of inserting axes in Prota structure. The first option is to use the axis tool in the toolbar. That is this, coming here to select this. With this, we can create or model individual axes and change their properties and do a whole lot of more. The second method is to use the orthogonal axis generator by coming here and clicking on this icon. With this, we can generate a whole lot of axes. And the third option is to using the external reference drawing tool by coming to File, come down to Model File Import and clicking on External Reference Drawing. With this, you can import an external drawing that is saved on DXF extension. Now, let's get started. The first option we are going to look at now is this axis option. Click on this, and this axis property appears. You can dock it anywhere. You can dock it anywhere and continue to do your work. Here we have the axis level. You can specify the length of the axis you want to work with here, as well as the angle. With this method, there are three insertion method options. Our first option is single segment axis insertion method. Click on this. Left click anywhere and drag snap straight to give you a horizontal axis. You can as well do it on the vertical side. Okay. Now let's actually model or create this axis in a very different format. Let's click on axis, left click here, and a band appears. Can actually change the length of this axis as well as change the degree of inclination, the angle of inclination if you want. You can do that by pressing F2 on your keyboard. The option of adding the length manually comes up. Here, let's just try making our length 20,000. When you are through, press the Tab key to take you to the angle or degree option. Here, we can change the angle of insertion to 15 degrees. Now press enter. Now this axis has been placed at angle of 15 degrees. Okay. I can as well right click and hit delete to delete this axis. Now let's look at the second insertion method, the multi-segment axis method. We use this method to insert axes that have multi-segments. Click on it. Let's click here. Decide to go up here and click. 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 In this case, these are multi-segment axes. We can as well use our F2 to impute the length manually and the angle of inclination manually. Our third option now is to use the curved axis insertion method. In this method, we use it to insert curved axis. Click on here, click at the beginning, take it to the end, click and move up or down. Can as well use your F2 from the keyboard to determine the offset. In this one, I will offset my curve to 1500. Hit enter. The axis have been offsetted at 1500. Now, let us look at other things we can do with this offset. Once you are through with the offset, go here and remove the axis property. You can come to this axis, select it, right click. We can change the properties of this axis. We can offset this axis. We can move the axis, stretch the axis, and do a whole lot of more with this axis. Mirror the axis, even measure the axis. Now let's start with the offset. Click on this axis, right click and click on offset. A mirror of the original axis appears. You can keep on dropping it anywhere and be creating the axis. Once you are done, you can hit the escape key to return to it. You can as well select the axis, right click, click offset, still use your F2 command to set the offset distance manually. In this case, I will use 30,000. 30,000. Enter. As you can see, my axes have been offsetted at that distance. Escape. Can select an axis again, right click. We can stretch the axis by clicking on stretch axis. Click at the point you want to stretch and just drag. Can as well use F2 to enter the length manually. The next thing we are going to do is click on the axis, right click, and do move axis. You can use F2 to enter manually where you are moving it to. Okay. Now that I have looked at this, in our next tutorial, we will look at how to generate axes or model an axis using external reference drawing tool. If you have any comments, any topic you want us to discuss in subsequent videos, please put it in our comment box. And if you are not subscribed to our channel already, please go down and hit the subscribe button so that you will know when we release new videos. My name is still Engineer Ezanya Osita Valentine. Thank you for watching.